big crash took place on SmackDown that does have a bit of a mystery element to it. So we'll see what that's about. We'll also check out what's new with Cody Rhodes and more. Starting things off with this major car crash on SmackDown. The show opened with a destructive crash scene featuring the MFT members appearing to be the victims of the crash. They're bleeding, they're talking to the police, they're trying to get the whole scene figured out. The Street Profits and B-Fab can also be seen in frame talking to the police as well. Solo Sikoa told the police that it was Jacob Fatu who purposely rammed into them, given their current issues with each other. So the police officers did take Jacob Fatu into custody as a person of interest. That led to Solo Sikoa coming out to the ring and bragging about Jacob's arrest, even taking a low blow as Jacob's passed by saying, "Once a criminal, always a criminal." But that's when the police car arrives back on the scene. The police released Jacob Fatu and said he was innocent in regards to the car crash. A brawl breaks out and it ends with Solo Sikoa being arrested for the entire car crash incident. And Solo Sikoa swears it wasn't him. Even on his way to the police car, Solo asks Cody Rhodes for help, but Cody obviously does not help him. But as Solo is entering the police car, he says one line that many fans are wondering if it could be a teaser for the actual culprit. Solo tells the police that they have the wrong brother. Some fans are throwing that line out as nothing, but other fans are wondering if Solo quite literally meant that one of his brothers were behind the car crash, meaning Jimmy Uso or Jey Uso. Can Jey be behind the crash? It's a possibility, but with Jey being on Raw, he does seem to be a bit distant from everything happening there. Jimmy Uso does seem more likely than Jey because Jimmy's on SmackDown and directly connected to this storyline and Solo Sikoa and MFT. But it doesn't really seem like something Jimmy would do either, so even that is questionable. Jacob was obviously innocent and released from police custody, so it's not him. And even though it was funny to see Solo get arrested, doesn't seem like it's him either. Yes, he instantly puts the blame on Jacob and framed him in that light, but it doesn't seem like Solo would purposely get his group into a car crash that had them busted open only as a way to frame Jacob. It doesn't seem like Solo would put his family literally in harm's way like that. So that's what makes the car crash feel like it happened from someone who's gone a bit unnoticed. It wasn't Jacob, it wasn't Solo, most likely it wasn't the Usos, it had to be someone else. Well, let's get back and look at everyone that was at the crime scene itself. Besides Solo and MFT, the only other superstars to appear at the scene of the crime was Cody Rhodes, the Street Profits, and B-Fab. So a lot of superstars in play at the scene, but it's hard to tell at the moment if they're really involved or not. The Street Profits have their own issues going on in the tag team division with the Wyatt Six. They don't really get anything out of purposely ramming their car into Solo's family. And then you have Cody Rhodes. Cody steps into the scene, doesn't really care about what happened in the crash. He just asks Adam Pearce for the SummerSlam contract and leaves. So is that suspicious? Cody's very busy at the moment, preparing for John Cena, and he hasn't really been involved with Solo Sikoa in just about a full year, so it would be strange if Cody was behind it. But they did double down and showed Cody interacting with Solo and walking past him while Solo was getting into the police car. If Cody's turning heel soon, or has already begun doing evil things, it is possible that he did ram his car into Solo's car just for a way for quiet revenge for all the trouble Solo's caused him over the years. That's evil and twisted, but maybe it does fit Cody's heel persona. That's why he had no reaction to the crash when he arrived on the scene. But another pick for who could be behind the crash is the returning Tama Tonga. Ever since Solo got all these new members added to his family, everyone wondered if Tama Tonga would switch sides and join Jacob since Solo's side was becoming a bit overcrowded. Maybe Tama doesn't like the moves Solo and his brothers have been making. Maybe he feels like they forgot about him and abandoned him. So he targeted them in the car crash and fled the scene immediately, which would lead to his big return and the shocking reveal that he's no longer standing by Solo's side. He's going against him and was the individual behind the car crash. Out of all the names we discussed so far, Tama in this whole scenario does seem like the most likely direction. Tama is someone who's deeply connected to both sides of the bloodline battle and has been forgotten about. Tama was close to Solo, but before his injury, Tama was very close to Jacob as well. That's why Tama's loyalty is a bit of a toss-up here. Because sure, he could side with Solo and his brothers, or maybe Tama no longer sees Solo's vision and sides with Jacob Fatu instead. That's why Tama Tonga has quietly become a free agent in the bloodline battle. Some fans are also discussing Umanga's son, Zilla Fatu, as a potential culprit for the crash. Zilla has been rumored to join the Bloodline story for many years now, so a mysterious storyline such as this one will surely get his name thrown into the hat as well. So we can surely expect to see Solo Sikoa released from police custody, which could confirm that it was in fact someone else behind the car crash. The list of possibilities are endless, but when it comes to the most realistic reveal, it looks like that still has to go to Tama Tonga. That's probably the most logical pick here that would make the most sense. So this car crash surely has some mystery elements to it, and you have to wonder if there's big reveals coming from it here in the near future. We previously went over the details of SummerSlam contract signing between Cody Rhodes and John Cena, and how that segment basically felt like it included the double turn. John Cena said how he legitimately couldn't do the SummerSlam match, but he wanted to rework a new date as soon as possible. He quietly left the ring without trying to pull any dirty attacks on Cody Rhodes. But it was Cody Rhodes who did the dirty attack and hit Cena from behind, hit him with the title, and forced him to sign the contract. It felt like Cody Rhodes and John Cena really switched roles here right within this segment. And if that wasn't enough confirmation that a Cody Rhodes heel turn is coming, fans have discovered even more chilling Easter eggs and teasers that something big is happening at SummerSlam after all. When Cody Rhodes was seen walking around backstage on the July 18th edition of SmackDown, Cody's choice of eyewear was very interesting. Cody was rocking the same exact glasses that The Rock was wearing from the Raw Netflix premiere, just in a different colorway. Also on Cody's wrist was the WrestleMania 40 Rolex. This was the famous watch that Cody gave to The Rock as a gift during the WrestleMania 40 weekend, but The Rock returned the watch to Cody during the Raw after WrestleMania in 2024. Then, right before his SmackDown appearance earlier this year, The Rock posted a photo online featuring the WrestleMania 40 Rolex that Cody gave him. Some fans were still confused on how The Rock still had the watch if he gave it back to Cody. But regardless of the plot hole, that watch has a lot of history between Cody and The Rock. So for Cody Rhodes to be wearing The Rock's glasses, rocking the same watch, and acting heelish towards John Cena, that has fans on high alert that Cody has potentially already sold out to The Rock and will in fact make it publicly known at SummerSlam itself. A lot of fans were giving The Rock and Cody Rhodes flack for all their moments together in 2024 and 2025, pretty much boiling down to nothing. But SummerSlam looks like the last opportunity for everything with Cody and The Rock to come full circle and mean something again. It feels like an appearance from The Rock is mandatory at SummerSlam for the sake of reviving his narrative with Cody Rhodes. They gave us so many segments between The Rock and Cody that led us down this road to nowhere. So SummerSlam feels like it's the last shot to redeem that storyline there with an appearance by The Rock. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.